It's the NFL on EA Sports as we get a rematch of the helmet catch game, Super Bowl 42. It's the New England Patriots and the New York Giants, and it's coming up next.
The unmistakable New York skyline to the east, and we are across the river on the Jersey side at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. So good to have you, Tirico and Greg Olson here in the booth. Partner, these are a couple of teams that struggled a year ago, finished out of the playoffs. They were under 500, but that's what you love about the NFL. A new season brings renewed optimism.
Absolutely, and really, Mike, a lot of new faces at critical places. I mean, there is a lot of new staff and the roster of players. They believe last year is over. They do not think there is any correlation between the squad they're planning to put on the field today and that one that we saw really go through some growing pains and struggles just a year ago.
So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. Quarterback Super Bowl winner, Russell Wilson.
Let's not forget, Mike, not too long ago, Russell Wilson was not only the face and one of the top superstars of the NFL, he was a bona fide Hall of Fame quarterback. So the talent and the resume, it's still there. He puts together one of those vintage performances we've seen throughout the years. This team's going to be hard to beat.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They go play action with Wilson. That's caught left side by Bellinger. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play action passing game. And you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
A run with the man out of that's Tyrone Tracy. And a job, blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
From the shotgun, Wilson. That's complete to the tight end, Theo Johnson. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. First and 10 now from the 36. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense, immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On the give, it's Tracy. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Malik Neighbors, the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on third down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these third down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up fourth down.
Gano's kick is good. And the Giants will take a 3-0 lead.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good, positive result.
Three points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. To return, it's Antonio Gibson. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The New England offense getting ready to go to work here. They'll be led by the man from North Carolina, 6'4", quarterback Drake May.
From a talent standpoint, the goal quality that you're looking for to play modern-day NFL quarterback. He can, of course, make all the throws. He's big, strong, and he is a very good athlete. He just needs some time. He needs to sit back and wait for his opportunity to play. Looks like that day is today, and I think if he goes out and plays to that potential, this is the first step of him becoming a legitimate NFL franchise quarterback.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Off the play fake, it's May. That's to the right side and incomplete. He was looking for Stephon coming up.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exact. Put immediate pressure secondary and let them know, hey, all game day, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
They'll try to run for this. It's Stevenson. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
On fourth down, Bryce Baringer out to punt for New England. Amir Smith-Marset goes back to return it. And some good running on that return as he takes it up close to midfield. The Giants offense ready to see the football for the second time. They were able to turn that opening drive into points. 3-0 our score as they start again with a first down. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's going to be caught by Darius Slayton. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
We talk so much about starting fast and then trying to sustain that throughout the course of the game. That's exactly what they're doing here. They've got the early lead, but they're not looking to extend it. Nice start here to this drive. Once they cross midfield, then it goes into go mode. You're trying to come away with points every single time you have the ball. It's a good way to start this game here in the first quarter. This pass rush is continuing to make their presence felt here in the early going, and for this quarterback, he's lucky to at least get rid of that ball because they were on the verge of recording their second sack, and we're still here in the first quarter.
In motion, it's Robinson. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down. Play it. Open man is Robinson. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting fourth down decision.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on fourth down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a fourth and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this fourth down.
A gain of 11 there as the decision to go for it pays off.
So the decision to go for it on fourth down pays off. Really well executed, nice job by the offense, but now you got to come away with a touchdown. You want to reward your coach for the aggressive decision-making by coming away with 6.
A run on first and goal. A short gain, down to the 7. Here now, second down and goal. They'll go with him again. And the defense stiffening here. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Third and goal coming up.
So on second down, they try to hammer it in on the ground, Mike, but now on third and goal, I don't think you have any choice but to put this ball in your quarterback's hands and test this defense through the air.
Last drive yielded 3. They'd like more. Let's see what happens on third and goal. Out of the gun, here's Russ. That one, taken in. Malik Neighbors. Touchdown.
Now remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Now it's Graham Gano for the PAT. The kick is good, and the Giants are out to a 10-0 lead. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Patriots offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with first and 10. Out of the gun, here's May. The reception belongs to Mac Hollins. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. Here's first and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. That one taken in by Douglas.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Here's a second and 6. And in motion, it's Diggs. He'll try the jet sweep with Diggs. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
The timing of the jet sweep is critical. If you can get the ball carrier past the end man on the line, typically there's a lot of space downfield, but give credit to the defense. They saw this one play out, they reacted quickly, and they're able to throw him down for a loss.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Bobby Okereke.
And while the defender is going to get credit for the pick, Mike, I think he needs to go up that line and thank his pass rush because they forced that bad throw. That is the perfect example of when the front pass rush and the back end coverage work together. Man, that was big-time ball.
The Giants offense headed back to take over once more. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on 1st down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down.
The defender saw this the entire way, Mike. He actually ran the route before the receiver even got to his spot. I think fortunately this one didn't end up getting picked and going the other way.
On 2nd down, Russ. Trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
Based on the routes downfield, it looked like the protection was designed to give them a little bit more to wait for things to uncover downfield. So give credit up front to the defensive line. Immediate pressure early speeds up the quarterback's clock. He's got no choice than to get rid of it, probably a little bit earlier than he would have preferred.
And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st down from their own 11. Working out of the gun, it's May. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
On 2nd down, it's May. This is intercepted. Picked off by Michael McFadden. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
Well, Mike, once again, this drive, it ends the same way their last one did, walking off the field, following an interception. Now, you're hoping this is more momentary struggle than it is a trend, but as hard as it is to do, they need to get calmed down. They need to reset because their offense cannot operate at a high level if they don't have in this passing game.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Wilson. That's caught. It's Tyrone Tracy. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play. Now
Russ. He's got his man. That's Slayton.
does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. He'll try to run for it. And the Birds are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This is a part of the field where you have to account for the quarterback as a runner. Nothing's open downfield. Great job by your secondary, but then he makes a break for the goal line, and they're able to stop him just short, but not until after he sets his guys up first and goal.
He slams it in there, and he is in. Touchdown, New York. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench, going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go, take a field, and results in a nice touchdown.
Extra point by Gano is up and good. And the Giants move further out in front. It is now 17-0. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Patriots offense ready for this next possession. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. May gonna look to throw. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's gonna end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings 2nd down.
So the receiver does everything right, except for the most important part. He runs a nice route, great separation downfield, but now you just gotta finish that thing off with a catch.
May to throw on 2nd down. That is caught downfield by Douglas. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
These wide outside the number throws, this is where a quarterback really gets to show off his arm strength and arm talent. This puts a ton of pressure on the defense because now they say, all right, we have to defend every single blade of grass.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Antonio Gibson. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
We'll try again, and then 10. Throwing is May. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. And movement up front. And that's our first time tonight to check in with our referee. Task now, a really tough one. 3rd and very long. Now, May. That's complete on the tight end screen. Going to try to use that size to push forward, but defense strong up front. And they're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage. One quarter in the books. It's the Giants leading this one early. We're back to upstate New York in just a moment. Here's Bryce Behringer now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Giants offense ready to get back at it. The lead is 17 as they try to maybe pull away in this one. It is 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. And that ball incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
On 3rd down, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw, 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
And he's going to make a fair catch just beyond his own 40-yard line. The Patriots offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. It's the tight end Henry in motion. Off the play fake, here's May. A throw on the run is complete.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
Throwing on 2nd down, May. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
He's got his big tight end, Henry. And he's very close to a 1st down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short.
Mike, I don't really even think this is much of a conversation. On the plus side of the 50, I think you've got to keep your offense on the field, stay aggressive, and try to maintain possession. You get field position like this, you want to make sure this drive ends with some sort of points.
They will get away from that one. and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. Here's the Giants offense. Now they get set to take over once more. They'll need to get something positive going right away here. Ball starts inside their own 1-yard line. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. Now it's Tracy looking to run, and that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll run again. It's Tracy again. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now it's 3rd down. Wilson now, off the bootleg. Open man, that's Slayton. And he's taken down up past the 35. Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. So a pair of first downs moves him out to the 47-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. Again, Wilson. He'll get it into the hands of Slayton. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
To throw again is Wilson. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
You hear quarterback coaches say it all the time. Let's get our guy easy completions. Well, that falls certainly into that category, Mike, but when you fail to connect on those, it just ends up being a wasted down.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. And that ball incomplete over the middle. After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. Wilson will throw again. He's got his man right side. It's complete. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
You can't run plays like this, Mike, if you don't have incredible pass protection. I mean, he started on the left side of the formation, and look how far he had to go across the field before that ball was caught. That's going to take time. That's going to take a lot of trust in that quarterback, in his protectors, to know he can stand tall in that pocket and wait for his receiver to break open.
Throwing again. Wilson. Now a short one caught by the tight end Johnson. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
A run here with Tracy on second down. A dive, and he's in! Tyrone Tracy. Touchdown, New York. This defense continuing to give up points on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
Extra point by Gano is up and good. And the Giants are able to extend out to a 24-0 lead. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. A return now from the 4. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Patriots offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. They'll start on the ground with Stevenson. And the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. That's Dexter Lawrence in for the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9. From out of the gun, here's May. That one complete to Hollins. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
On play action, here's May.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold them to just a short game.
On second down, it's May. Has completed to Douglas. And it'll be a short pickup that's not enough for the first down. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. He'll find his tight end. That's Henry. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a first down.
3rd and inches, you're thinking the tight ends are on the field to block for the back or the quarterback, but not here. Nice setup here, playing to the tendencies of their offense, and they come away with a nice completion.
They'll put a receiver in motion right. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down.
When they called that sweep, Mike, obviously they're thinking, let's pick up the first down. They didn't quite get to the chains, but I think they're going to be pretty happy with that gain.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. A carry now for Gibson. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. Hauled in by the tight end, Henry. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. It's the tight end, Henry, in motion. Now Stevenson. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
3rd and 9. To throw now, May. This is caught at the 2. To the goal line and in. Austin Hooper. Touchdown, New England.
Well, after being shut out in the first half, to feel good for this offense, Mike, to just get on the board, get something going. But now the question we have to ask is, there enough time to come all the way back?
Yeah, just some belief, right, Greg? Just let's watch these guys on the next few drives. Did that give them a little belief that they can stay in this game? Best way to start with that score. Point after try forthcoming. It's up and good. And the Pats try to climb back into this one. It's now 24-7. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Eric Gray to return it. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Giants offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. On the handoff, here comes Tracy. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive. Two minutes remain here in this first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Russ. That's taken in. What a catch by Neighbors. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
You talk about a quarterback getting bailed out. Man, that is a pick all day long, and as this defender enters the huddle, you see a bunch of his guys hitting him on the helmet, but I could promise you they're saying, next time, You got to come down with that one.
On second down, Wilson.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Here's 3rd and 2. Now Russ. He finds his tight end, Bellinger. And the Giants are going to have 1st and goal coming up. They're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Here's Wilson to throw. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Another one from the 5. 2nd down and goal. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's going to be dropped. They get to him back at the 15-yard line.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Now a timeout. Giants, that is their 2nd, as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's going to be caught. He's going to get this down to the 8, but that is it. Defense holds him there, and they 4th down. Here is Graham Gano to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Giants going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Oh, he's got room past the 30. The visitors' offense going to get it one final time in this first half. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's May. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Now, May. Off he goes. And May will not risk it. Into the slide. And he's got the 1st down. Now they'll set up to throw. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in bounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Throwing on second down, May. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
Okay, Michael, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. In the first half, we saw a strong performance out of the veteran quarterback, Russell Wilson. He's got a touchdown through the air as his guys have raced out to a gigantic early lead.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The visitors' offense and Drake May making their way back out. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Is met. He's going to run it. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump? So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. On the handoff, Stevenson running left. He'll work forward to the 40-yard line. Javon Holland up to make the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll go again here with Stevenson. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. Here's May. And that is incomplete.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points, but after that 3rd down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
Patriots ready for the punt. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. The home team's offense and Russell Wilson set to take over once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. And that's a veteran quarterback doing what veterans do. Don't take the extra hit. Got the first down, get down. The drive continues. That's a gain of 14 and a first down.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
On 3rd down, here's Wilson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
So the best thing this wide receiver is able to do here, Mike, on this crossing route is once he gets the ball in his hands, he's able to put his foot in the ground and get vertical. So often you see these guys get strung out sideline to sideline, and they're not able to pick up big yards after the catch. So really nice job here, and it leads to a big gain.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. They'll run with Tracy. He'll inch forward for maybe a yard. Robert Spillane spills him there. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
I really like the rhythm that this offense has found. I mean, that 3rd down, that wasn't a layup by any means, but they made it look easy. Everybody was exactly where they needed to be. The quarterback did a nice job working through his progression, saying, okay, I understand this is zone defense. I understand where the limitations of the coverage are. I'm going to get to that spot on the field as fast as I can, deliver the ball, pick up the 1st down.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. In motion, it's Robinson. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And he's going to pick up the 1st down. Tackle made right at the 20-yard line.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. Not much. 2nd and long coming up. Slayton is the man in motion. Play clock has expired. They're not going to get this one off on top. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He's going to keep it himself. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
Quarterback does a nice job here sensing the pressure pretty quickly. Realizes he doesn't have a ton of time to operate from within the pocket. Decides to tuck the ball and rely on his legs. He's able to pick up a positive play.
They go play action with Wilson. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Here is Graham Gano to try the field goal. It'll be a 35-yard attempt. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Giants will extend their lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Graham Gano now, following the field goal, back to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Gibson. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's May. That one taken in by Douglas. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Here's Stevenson. Stevenson's got a first down and more. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Throwing is May. That one complete to Hollins. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick as that ball is coming out.
He'll get this over the middle to Diggs. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start. You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
Here's a 2nd and 9. On the give, this is Stevenson. Tough to bring down, and somehow he manages to get 4 yards out of that. Here now, 3rd and 5. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. He's got it at the 3. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and 3rd down conversions. Now after that last 3rd down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
You can feel them starting to press a little bit, especially with this passing game. They find themselves so close to the end zone, they got to get it over the goal line. You got to be a little bit more accurate. You got to be a little bit smarter with the ball, and right now, the timing, the spacing, it's just not matching up.
They'll try to run this one in, and he will not get in. The defense stands their ground, pushes him back, and they force 4th down.
What can you say about the effort of this defense, Mike? I mean, they find themselves backed up their heels on their own goal line, and not only do they come up with a big 3rd down stop, they take them back for a loss. Brings up 4th down, and wow, they got a chance to make a huge goal line stand.
His kick is perfect, and the Pats will cut into that lead.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Going to return this from the 10. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Malik Neighbors heading out with the Giants offense for their next possession. And he was unguardable in the first half. You see the numbers as they try to add to those here in the 3rd quarter. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Wilson. He's got his man, that's Slayton. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
They go play action now. Wilson, a short one there to Bellinger. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final act here in this 3rd quarter. So these teams trade field goals in the 3rd as we come to the end of the quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. On the give, it's Tracy. And he's going to pick up the first down across midfield and down at the 49. On the ground, here's Tracy. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
1st and 10 now from the 36. A carry here for Tracy. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Second and 7. Now it's Tracy looking to run. And he'll bring this inside the 30. A gain of about 5. Now a 3rd and 2. Now whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Wilson now gonna keep it on the zone read. And a short pickup down to the 21.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
2nd down and 8. Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. And his momentum completely stopped there. Picked up, thrown down for a loss.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. That's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
From the gun, on down, Wilson.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Giants will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter. Graham Gano now following the field goal. Back to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Gibson. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. And time again, Greg, the yards on the ground have been very difficult to come by.
Yeah, and it really goes against conventional wisdom, Mike. You hear so often everyone talk about you run the ball to open up the pass, and really that's not necessarily true. Oftentimes when you're having trouble on the ground, the best way to open things up underneath is by passing the ball, and that could be a variety of ways. Throwing it downfield, screen passes, swing passes. Just get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and open things up.
He's going to be taken down, but there's a late flag in the backfield that might give him 15 more yards. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. To throw now, May. He finds Hollins on the ground. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
These can be tricky situations defensively, right? The game is all but over. Barring something unforeseen, you got this one in the bag, but you still want to finish on a high note. You still want to walk off the field and put an exclamation point on what's pretty much been a dominant performance right from the start.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Throwing now is May. That's complete to Ramondre Stevenson out of the backfield.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
Now Gibson. And a nice gain there on first down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. On the ground, Gibson. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down. Here's Gibson. And the Patriots are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Working out of the gun, it's May. First down throw there is incomplete. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line. Second down and goal. They'll run here with Gibson. He'll take this one down to the 8-yard line. They're in 4-down territory for sure. But what can they do on this one? It's third and goal. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Javon Holland, tight coverage, and he's able to break that one up.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that third down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this fourth down after failing on third.
And that's going to be incomplete. They roll the dice, fourth and goal, but they're going to wind up being turned away by the defense.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on fourth down, but this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on fourth down.
First and 10. On the handoff, here comes Tracy. And he's going backwards here. They're going to take him down, back at the 5.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
Here's a 2nd and 12. Now Russ. That's caught left side by Bellinger.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
On 3rd down, they'll run with Tracy. And it looks like he's going to have that first down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. And they convert on 3rd down.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
They'll run again. It's Tracy again. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is. First down. On the zone read, a give to Tracy. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll run with Tracy. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
3rd down and 9. Play action. It's Wilson. Open man, that's Slayton. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll come up here. 1st and 10. Now give on the ground. There he goes. Inside the 30. And he'll be taken down.
Mike, the old adage, you run to set up the pass. This modern offense nowadays, we're starting to see that flipped upside down on its head. Typically, the success of the passing game is what allows teams to have success like this in the run game.
On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. So it's a win for the men in blue. The Giants get it done. And right away, you can point to the turnover battle. Always key. Tells the story so often. It did here again today. Their offense didn't turn it over at all. They finished on the plus side with the takeaways. And as a result, they're going to come away with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Giants are winners as we say so long from MetLife Stadium.